Good morning. Namaste. Let's begin now. Sit comfortably. Relax yourself. Gently close your eyes and turn the attention inwards. Feel the breath flowing in and out. Feel the cool air flowing in and the warm air flowing out. This air is called Pran Vayu sometimes because it is full of Pran Shakti, life giving energy. With every inhale, the whole body and aura is energized and kept alive. With every exhale, all the waste matter, which is no longer useful, that is sent out. In this way, every breath helps to keep the body alive and maintain health. If there is no inhale, no breath, then there is no life also, and there can be no experiences also. So the breath itself is full of consciousness. Through this body, through the breath, we are present here as the consciousness, the awareness. For example, since there is a microscope, through that instrument, we can see things which we would never have been able to see otherwise. Similarly, through the telescope, we can see the larger objects which are so far away, which we would never have been able to see otherwise. So, depending on the instrument, we are able to see and experience so many things which otherwise would not be possible. Similarly, this body is also a wonderful instrument, and it is so specialized. This whole body has developed through millions of years of evolution, development. So, through this body, not only we can see, through the ears, nose, mouth, skin, we can also touch, hear, taste. So many things. We can experience something in so many different ways through this body. So we are not this body, we are that awareness which is experiencing through this body. Just feel that and let this understanding go deep within so that it erases the false belief that we are this body. Right now, so early in the morning, most of the people are sleeping. It's so still and silent all around. So there is no external disturbance. Internally also, since we have woken up from a good sleep, the body is relaxed, the emotions are calm, the mind also is mostly empty. There are hardly any thoughts. So there is a stillness and a quietness inside also. So, in between the words, in the gap, we can immediately feel the silence. And we can feel our own presence. So, just feel yourself as the formless presence. The body is there, but that is not you. We are that which is aware of the body. So now a small gap is created between you and the body. Noticing that gap helps to dissolve that strong identification with the body, the thought that I am the body. If we continue to think that I am the body, then we experience all the limitations. We know that there is the birth of the body, then we experience the death of that body. And in between, we experience all the limitations of the body. The body is continuously growing, changing, sometimes healthy, sometimes sick. sometimes feeling strong, sometimes feeling weak. We even start thinking we are male or female, but that gender is of the body, not of awareness. So we feel the pain and suffering due to the false identification with the body. As soon as we remember we are not just the body, in that very instant, we are just the awareness. The I am presence. This awareness is always there, unchanging, formless. We can only know it directly. We cannot see or touch, taste or smell it. We can only know it directly, like, here I am. I exist here, now. This I, we can call it as a capital I. So, this capital I, the awareness, is the common factor to all of us. It is the essence of who we are. Only when we know this, understand this, and feel this, then we can feel the oneness with everything and everyone. If we think we are the body and the mind and the personality related to this body, then that is the false identity, the ego self. This we can call it as the small I. So, this is when we feel the separation from each other and from everything. So, we feel the smallness, the limitations. And due to that, we feel or experience so many kinds of sorrows. The only way to come out of these sorrows is to remember the truth of who we are. First, we understand it mentally, and then, as we keep remembering the truth, I am not this, I am that. Every day, in every moment, we should keep observing within and remember, am I really this? Who am I actually? Only when we observe and question it, then we remember the truth. At least we are lucky enough. We have come to the teachings of the gurus. And so we have come to know that we are that awareness, the I am presence. At least in theory, in words, we have come to know I am not the physical body. It is the energy which has dropped to a low vibration that is appearing like the physical body. At least we know we are not the emotions, not the thoughts, the mind. All of it is energy of different vibrations. So the next step is every moment in the daily life to keep observing and remembering the truth so that gradually we know it not only mentally as a theory, but we begin to feel it and know it and experience it directly. So that small I, the identification with the body, mind, the person, that is not a bad thing. It is neither good nor bad. It is through that we can experience the daily life. We should only know how to use it correctly. Then we can have all the experiences without the suffering. For example, there is a knife. Knife is neither good nor bad. How we use it makes the difference. If we use it for cutting vegetables or fruits, then we are using it in the right way. So we experience joy, happiness through that. Or maybe there is a doctor and he uses that knife to cut the body and do some operation. So even though he is cutting the body, it is for a good purpose. So there will definitely be some pain, but gradually that will go away and that person can experience the good result, better health after that. So that pain is okay, bearable, because it's going to give a good result eventually. So here also the knife is being used in the right way, which brings happiness later on. But if that knife is used by some robber to hurt someone, then it is not being used in the right way. So it causes pain and suffering. So this body also similarly is an instrument, like the knife, the ego. That ego, the small I, is also an instrument. So when we use this ego to experience the daily life, remembering that it is only an instrument, then we experience everything, but the sorrow will not be there. We allow all types of experiences to come and go, neither clinging to it nor rejecting it. So, whatever is pleasant, whatever is unpleasant, all of it just comes and goes very swiftly. Then there will be no sorrow. But if we don't use it in the right way, if we forget that this body, mind, the personality is just an instrument, like a knife. Then we begin to feel the separation. I am separate, you are separate. You did this to me, I did this to you. And then all the labeling, judgments happen. I am good or bad. You are good or bad. So, with all these labelings and judgments, we experience the sorrow. If this ego, the small I, is not there, what will happen? Will we cease to exist? That is the fear which the mind creates. So, although we understand theoretically, the mind doesn't want to let go of this false identity, the small I, because some fear will arise that then I will die, I will not exist. So, this is when we have to remember if the small I disappears, if the ego self disappears, then we will remain as the capital I. We will remain as the true self. When the false goes, then the truth will remain. So we will continue to exist as the capital I, the true self, which is vast, infinite, formless, nameless, always present. So, first in theory, we should understand this, that if the ego self dissolves and disappears, there is nothing to be scared about. It is only the small I, the false I, which is disappearing. And we will continue to exist as the capital I. The true self. By remembering this every day, more and more often, during every situation. Stepping back from the small I and remaining as the capital I. As we keep doing this repeatedly every day, suddenly at some point, we will just remain fully as the capital I. That is what is called the self realization or the mukti. Mukti means freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from the false identity. Freedom from the small I. The small I and the capital I are the same. They are one line. The difference is the small I, the one vertical line, it has a dot on the top. There's a gap between the dot and the standing line. In a way, that is also showing the duality, the separation. But the capital I is just one line, one standing line. In a way, that is also indicating oneness. No separation. So feel yourself as the awareness, the capital I. Just observe the body and feel it that I am not this body. It is something like the water and the ice. The water itself, when it loses heat, then it solidifies and becomes ice. But both are made out of that same material, which is the water molecule. That ice is a temporary form. Eventually, that ice will melt and again remain as water. So, similarly, there is a consciousness everywhere. That consciousness is the water. And it is full of energy. Some of that energy drops into low vibration and appears as the physical matter. It's the same one energy which divides itself and appears as so many forms of energy. Then those various forms of energies, they again combine together in different combinations and appear as all the varieties of bodies and forms. That is like the ice. It's there temporarily for a short while. Then that ice dissolves and again merges into the water, becomes one with the water. Temporarily, it appears to be different and separate. In the same way, all the bodies and the forms, they are like the ice. Temporarily, they seem to be separate and different. Gradually, over a period of time, all of those bodies dissolve and merge back into that vast ocean of consciousness. So, when we identify ourselves with the shape, with the form, then we have all the varieties of experiences, good and bad, right and wrong, happiness, unhappiness. But when that false identity or a temporary identity, the small I, when it dissolves, it doesn't, it seems to have disappeared, but it doesn't really disappear. The ice cube seems like it has disappeared, but it hasn't really, isn't it? It has just become water and it seems to have become vast and infinite like the ocean. So when the small I disappears, it has not really disappeared. It has returned to its original state, which is awareness. And it seems like the limitations of the small I have disappeared. And so it feels like it has expanded and become vast and infinite. So during meditation, we are understanding many things mentally. It's like the theory class in college. But later we have to go to the lab and actually perform the experiments and get the results which we read about in the theory class. So, in the same way, this time is like the theory class, and then the daily life is the lab where we have to actually do the experiments and get the results. So, when the eyes are open and we are taking part in the daily life, just look deep into everything and everyone. Try to see beyond the body, beyond the form. Just remember one person in your life. Maybe husband or wife, maybe your child, maybe your parent or a friend. Just imagine one person sitting in front of you and just ask yourself, who am I? Who is that person? So if you see yourself as a person and them as another person, that is the small I. Look deeper within and see the other bodies. There is the etheric body, emotional body, mental body, causal body. The bliss body here also and there also. Just remember that all these bodies are energies of different vibrations. And there is no boundary between those bodies and your body. It is just one vast field of energy. So, at the level of aura, already we are feeling the oneness. Just feel that now. And as we look deeper within, feel yourself as the awareness, which is watching all these bodies, watching the emotions, watching the thoughts. So now, when you do this, in that moment, the small I has disappeared, and it is remaining as the capital I, the awareness, the true self. Similarly, in the other person, look deeper within. There also is that same awareness, the capital I. This capital I is the oneness. Which means this capital I is experiencing through this body, and the same capital I is experiencing through that other body. It's like a mono acting going on. There is only one capital I, one awareness, which is experiencing through the different bodies. When this small I, which is like the ice cube, dissolves, it becomes water, which we are calling the capital I. When that person in front of you, the small I, dissolves, that ice cube also becomes water. So there is no separate water. There is no further my water, your water. It is all only one vast ocean of water. The oneness. That is what we call the capital I. So, in this way, sit with everything and everyone in your daily life. Not only with the person, even the things around us, the table, the chair, vegetables, the house, some animal, bird, tree, plant, river, mountain, whatever it might be, from the smallest till the largest. All of that is the small eye. Ice cubes of different shapes. Just imagine all of it melting and disappearing. What has disappeared? Only the shape, the ice cube. What is remaining? Only the water. Although it looks like something has disappeared, it has not really disappeared. It has come back to its natural state, which is just awareness. What's the difference between the Guru and us, or the God and us? The Guru or the God, not only they have understood all this as a theory, they are also experiencing this as a reality. So they are remaining as the capital I throughout, continuously. And whenever required, they use the small I, use the instrument to participate in the daily life, to do some activities. But all the while, they are still fully aware of the capital I in the background. They never forget, even for a moment, the real self. Just like an actor who acts in a movie, the actor knows, never forgets who they are. Yet in the movie, they take part and act that role so convincingly. But even while they are acting, they never forget who they are. So, similarly, the small I is the character in the movie, the temporary role which we are playing. So, if we forget who we are, if the actor forgets who he or she is, then they go through all the joys and the sufferings of that character according to the script. But if they are always remembering that I'm just acting in a movie, then they play all the roles. They pretend, they act as if they are sad, they act as if they are happy. They show all the emotions according to the script, but there is no real suffering at all. They are just enjoying playing this role. After the movie is done, they return back home feeling very happy that I really played that role so well. They don't experience any sorrow. So, similarly, when we remember who am I truly and just the awareness, then we will take part in the daily life like acting in a movie. We will play our role very well, go through all the situations according to the script. The soul has already come with a script. So we will go through all the situations. On the surface, we may feel the sadness or pain or happiness, whatever. But we are not so much affected by it. We just enjoy all the situations as it is. And we remain as the true self, just the witnessing awareness. So, this is the lab in which we have to perform the experiments and arrive at the correct result, which was taught in the theory class. So, in this laboratory, which is the daily life, when we use that small I to play our role, but in the background always remain as the capital I, the witnessing presence, this is when we have successfully conducted the experiment in the lab and we get the right result. Then we feel very happy that we achieved what we came here for. So let's try to remember that in the daily life. Now, slowly become aware of the body. Slowly lift up the hands, touch the face, ears, head, neck, shoulders, arms, hands, , front of the body. Touch the feet, back of the legs, back. Cover your eyes with your palms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly blink your eyes behind the palms and slowly open the eyes.